y'all be specificating that correct zip code. Hi, my name's Eincrou. Welcome back to the 13th edition of my stereoscopic 3D Let's Play of Obduction in virtual reality. Is that the correct way to say it? I guess this is a stereoscopic 3D Let's Play, and I am playing in virtual reality, so I think I did say that correctly, even though I was a little bit flustered once I noticed that I was saying it was not a virtual reality Let's Play, but a stereoscopic Let's Play. The game is being presented in stereoscopic 3D, though apparently I'm unable to get it right, according to the master of stereoscopic 3D on YouTube, one Roger F. Matty. He keeps telling me there's this wrong, there's that wrong, there's this that needs to be coded into the game so that I don't get too close to objects. It's like I can't get it to his specifications. I can't do it, man. I can't recode the game. I can't do it. So I'm going to have to present an imperfect stereoscopic 3D experience. I'm adapting it for the screen the best I can. I really am. I'm trying new things. I'm willing to do the work, to put in the effort, to experiment and all that. So I'm going to keep experimenting, and I really have been having a tough time with the way I've been producing these as of late, because ever since I moved to recording these and dealing with them at 1440p, which is the resolution that the game mirror runs at on my screen, I don't think it's actually running at 1440p. I think it's just kind of a window that's full screen on my main monitor, which is 2560 by 1440. I sound like Total Biscuit pronouncing like that. 2560 1440, and that caused producing like that for some reason caused 3 hours to be added to the render times for each of these episodes. That's right, instead of 1 hour, which it was when I was downscaling the capture window to 1080p in my initial recording with OBS, it was about an hour for each episode. Now it's 3 hours to render, and it's brutal, but I haven't figured out how to get that down as of yet. So the technical discussion is over. I am not Chris of Stereo 3D Production, so I can't have 90+% of my commentary be about production aspects and technical aspects, which is what he was able to do for part 1 of his stereoscopic 3D Let's Play of Obduction, presented in stereoscopic 3D while he plays in virtual reality. I just can't talk about headsets and resolutions and mice and keyboards and judder and gigahertz and megahertz and megabits and kilobytes for that duration of time. When I get into a world like this, I just get sucked in. My mind drifts away from all the mundane, boring aspects of real life with its limitations and its technical hitches, and I get sucked into this world where there are dragon eggs, dragon scale banners that are shedding their scales. How the fuck could I possibly talk about any technical issues right now? Let's find out what's going on. I've entered this new area. I have not yet fully explored it. Yeah. I want to see what my paths are, what my possibilities are. Get the lay of the land so that I know what's going to be available to me as I try and figure out what I'm supposed to do. very dark corner here. So this is interesting. I haven't seen anything in any world resembling this. Looks like a cold world. And at some point, someone built this. There's the hammer that they used. Built this makeshift plank walkway to reconnect. This staircase that was disrupted whenever this random chunk of stuff came into this realm. Great view here. Nice view of the verdant realm. I don't know what it's called yet. I think it's the world I have been to, but I wasn't able to go thanks to an extremely ornate door blocking the way. Okay. Now we're seeing gigantic bones. It looks like some type of mechanism has been built into the bones. Looks like this world cut through the side of this giant tree trunk. Got these cool flyers. I guess he's just hanging out, just chilling. Oh man, look at this. What on earth could this mechanism be designed to do? Looks like that's an area I can get to. More dragon scales. Oh, that's what happened. One of those counterweight things. I don't know exactly what they're called or what their purpose is, but I just call them counterweights. Somehow it got stuck in there. Let's keep exploring. Don't really have any other ideas for right now. Don't even know if those are dragon eggs, but they look like eggs. Scales. Because my graphic settings, they kind of pop into existence in a very noticeable way. It's almost as if they're leading me along. Pop, pop, pop. Pop. Okay, an area where I can transport through the wall. Let's give it a try. I think I know where this is going to take me. I think it's going to take me on the other side of the giant chasm that you see in the starting area. Let's see if I'm correct on that. Yep, I think that's where I am. I think I'm going to be able to see that big temple right over there from here. Yep. Indeed. And I can also see this sphere that I've seen before. Is there a teleporter in there? Doesn't look like it. Teleporter, a companion seed transport device. I don't know exactly what you call them. I should have a look at that that note that explained what they were. See what they call them. There's something. Dragon scale banners. Yep. Not gonna take that just yet. We got more to explore around here. I don't want to overload my senses, exploring too much at once. What is that? Ah. Machine. I wonder if it's possible to get over there, because it looks like you can get over there. Just based on what I saw down there. But maybe not. Oh, there's a path. Don't think I can walk over here. Nope. Let's keep exploring. Maybe this will take me back to the area wall and I can go somewhere else. Not quite. Oh, look at that. That's so cool. Look at that. Amazing. It's a cool idea, and it's so nice that the Unreal Engine 4 was able to bring it to life. Okay. Curious to see where this goes. The heck am I? I think, based on the length of the loading time, I think I'm back in Hunrath. It actually kind of looks like it. Looks like we're in the mine somewhere. Okay, let's find out. What is this room about? Oh. Oh, hey, look at that. It says 2E. That's gonna mean something. Probably has something to do with the Russian puzzle. Maybe? Another robot design. Can't wind them up. Don't see anything of value on this one. Goofy looking one. I don't see anything there. What is this? Don't know what I should take a picture of on that, but I'll take a picture of that. Here is... what is this? Some kind of harpoon? I don't know what that is. Do anything with the harp? Okay. Got plushie. Doesn't seem to do anything. I'm gonna have to come in here and take a 360 stereo screenshot. This is gonna be a cool place to take one of those. Whoa. Holy crap. It's so tiny. I do not think I can read this with the DK2. So here's what I'm going to do. Alright, so on PCGamingWiki.com, for every game, they always have the saved game data location, and so I'm able to go to my save game. I'm able to see the screenshots that I take there in the game with the spacebar, and so I can read it here on my monitor without looking in the DK2 and failing to be able to make out any of these words. This is really tiny text. So it says, Arai Larval Notes by CF. Let me bring it back up in the headset so that there's something to look at. It might be readable in the video, I don't know. It's easier to read on the video than in the headset because of the resolution of the headset itself. So it may actually be readable to you. Alright, here we go. 1 second. Okay. Arai Larval Notes by CF. Just trying to make sure I stay on it. Takes about 3 to 5 days for single Arai larvae to change colors after being moved to a new surface. Okay. Pulsing stops immediately upon removal from Captar, induced by polyarchs. Cloning has been extremely easy, like potatoes easy. Organics: plant fiber, yellow; bone, light yellow; Arai encrustment, green. Metals: gold is pink, copper red-orange, titanium orange, silver red, aluminum red-orange. Tech: Mofang Tech, magenta; Villine extrusions, near white. Stone: granite, Captar, teal blue; sandstone from Hunrath, light blue; soarstone, Mofang, deep purple; shale, Moray, very light blue; polyarch pods, always purple. So I suppose that means the colors of these things I'm looking at. Is that the larval stage right there? So you can move them to a new surface and they will change colors. And they do pulse. I don't know what a Captar is. Is that the shell? It must be the shell. To do, I'm curious about the effect of combining various base surface. Still a bit odd experimenting with the... Oh, I lost the... Just bear with me, you're not going to be able to see the thing right now, okay? I'm almost done. To do, I'm curious about the effect of combining various base surface. Still a bit odd experimenting with the life forms. The light they emit is handy given our limited supply of diesel fuel. Alright, so this looks like a puzzle that I'm going to be dealing with at some point. But here we can see where he was experimenting. Gold is pink, yep. I don't know what kind of bar that is, but it's yellow. Metals. Red, orange, pink, red, orange, orange. Not sure what metal's creating the yellow there. It says plant fiber creates yellow. Titanium is orange, but I don't know, that kind of looks like copper to me. Red orange, that's yellow, not red orange. Got some paintings. So I suppose these paintings were done here, because there's a painting of one of those things we've seen. Looks like an Ark of the Covenant. Sort of. Not really. One more room to check out here. Got a boat. Looks like it's got a candle in it. You can move the rudder with this thing. What does the candle do? I guess the candle heats that plate. Which does what? Doesn't appear I can do anything with this. Is this some kind of samurai ferret? Sure, whoops. More reading. Alright, this I can actually whoops. This I can actually read. It's big enough. Alright. 15,997 AH. The villain. I can't find the words. It's such a foreign life cycle, or perhaps not. They launch themselves across the expanses of space, preserved for eons, until at last their technological arcs can hone in and carry them to a new home. They have no connection with their predecessors, but in spite of this, and perhaps because of this, they have some amazing recollections of their history. Their stories are epic, reaching back through the eons. Unlike many of us who were abducted, they were abducted as a whole. Their scoop moved an entire facility that was about to be annihilated. I've come to believe that they, perhaps more than any of us, have a deeper understanding of whatever this strange system is that we find ourselves in. Who's writing this? CF, I guess? 16,333 AH. I'm guessing these are days after Hunrath was dropped here. I don't know what AH means. I need to write this down. We buried Ji-un today. This place never really agreed with her. Kept to herself mostly, depressed and downcast. Anyway, I digress. I stayed after the brief words were spoken. I was the last to leave. I wandered to the dome, as I often do, and looked out at the undulating saurian weirdness beyond the cell wall. So that's the saurian world, I suppose, that we see in purple. Movement caught my eye. Now, on very rare occasions, we've seen Mofangs scrambling about in the distance. But there have been fewer and fewer sightings over the years. But before me was a tall, haggard Mofang, running desperately, almost directly toward me from one of the distant structures. It, and I still can't tell the gender, got closer and closer. I thought it would see me and stop, or turn around, or be curious about this strange dome and our world inside it. But it continued running quickly, almost directly to my position. I was frozen in place with curiosity until my reflexes took over at the last moment, and I leapt out of the way. But rather than hit the dome and fall backward, or come through into Hunrath, The dome flashed its familiar tone, and the Mofang vanished. I was stunned for a bit, but I retrieved my wits and stepped into the dome myself to quickly get to the other side. After getting through, I immediately turned around and saw the Mofang outside on the other side of the dome, still running away from whatever it feared, but as if it had no sense of passing around the dome. As surprising as the event was, it did serve to settle a few things in my mind. I always wondered how no one on Earth noticed what had replaced this chunk of Arizona we have here. 16,772 AH. I've got a vent. Again, there are those who argue with me. Over and over, I demonstrate that in almost every case, whatever the process was that brought us here, it occurred at a pivotal moment. They tell their stories, and they still can't admit that the abduction actually saved each of us, all of us. What is in human nature that grasps so strongly to the past that we blame our saviors for stealing it from us? Okay, just one more vent before bed. If each of us was individually saved from something, then maybe all of us were corporately saved from something larger. Can we really be sure what's left? In this, the arrivers come from various places and times. Sarah got here almost 15 years ago from the year 2055. And Uziel got here 2.5 years ago from 1942. What does that mean? Time here is shuffled and chaotic compared to Earth. What state is Earth in right now? When is Earth right now? 16,787 AH. It's 3:15 AM, and I feel compelled to journal this craziness. After spending most of yesterday meditating with the Ori, and then most of this evening discussing the nature of these worlds with CW, alright, so this is not CW's journal, I just had a sip of infamous, excuse me, I just had a sip of infamous Hunrath hooch and collapsed in my chair. Well, I just awoke from a dream. I'm not one who puts a lot of credibility in dreams, but maybe the Ori were able to move something in me to understand. Or possibly, because of the intense discussion, my subconscious mind was triggered to be able to sort out some logical connections. Or maybe it was the hooch, the dream. I was tending a garden, an immense garden, and it wasn't for fruit or flowers. It was just about the health of the garden. I kept working and working to control it and contain it and make it healthier, but the garden seemed to fight me at every turn. And after what seemed like days of work, I finally gave up in frustration, and as I stood there, doing nothing, the garden flourished before my eyes, growing and spreading in every direction. So only when he or she gave up did the garden grow. Interesting idea. Because, I realized, the system that the plants were based on was not about me shaping and controlling. The natural system of plants is healthier when they are out of control, when they are free to spread and intermingle and cross-pollinate and mutate. Now, from a human point of view, that may not provide what I want. I get smaller fruit and smaller flowers and untidiness. From the point of view of the plants, they grow stronger and much more resilient and resistant. The more they are scattered, the higher their odds of surviving. Now that I contemplate, I realize that even the individual plants and seeds may not appreciate the benefit of what's happening. They are torn from their origins, forced into situations that seem extreme, possibly even destroyed by these new environments. But for the seeds that survive, the seeds that survive. Now that's where real growth, strength, and abundance comes from. It's so beautiful and terrifying. Beyond the beauty of it all is a system and structure that defies understanding. Okay, What if this is all a natural process? There are signs of something behind it all, but well-hidden signs. So, well, if I look at all of this, the cell, the tree, the water, the seeds, the hub, the health, even the abductions, well, there seems to be a grand system or plan. The plan doesn't take me into account. It is unemotionally intent on the health of something much bigger. That may hurt my feelings, but, well, what am I in the entire scheme of the universe? I have no idea what, if anything, might have put this process into motion, but that is irrelevant. Tomorrow I will talk with CW. He could be swayed from his battery plan. Okay. Yet we know he's got a battery, don't know what it's for, don't know what he wants to do with it. Let me get a drink here real quick, excuse me. Alright. I really don't... Oh, 17,145 AH. I really don't journal much. I came to write this down because I am distraught. As I contemplate the plan that I have set in motion, I realize that I have become the destroyer of worlds. I sat down to write, to seek some cathartic tranquilization, and I realized the last thing I journaled was some esoterically beautiful philosophy about letting this garden grow. Not so reaffirming or calming. But nevertheless, here is my reasoning, because I must write this down. Simply, it's us or them. Complexly. Yeah, it says complexly. If this is some kind of garden, and we're the plants, or seeds, or whatever, well, some of us have gotten together and decided that we're the better choice to survive. If the others have unilaterally decided that we won't survive, I am more fit, damn it! This is not me. I want to be calm and garden or ungarden or grow or... What gives one species the right to destroy another species? Who gets to choose? Do I just lay down and die because the more aggressive species thinks they're better, more powerful? What brutal scale do I use to measure the good of some against the life of others? Does love ever destroy in order to help more survive? To help love itself to survive? Does that even make sense? Can I kill because I think it will bring about more love? What if I'm not even capable of understanding the situation of hate versus love? Maybe I'm the hater? Do I generate this love delusion to help me maintain my sanity in light of the choice I have made? My God, it's too much. If these are just my walls of delusion, then I choose to live within them. I am a seed, scattered by the wind, but I will not simply be trampled. I will kick and scream and survive. May God have mercy on my soul. Blank page. That's the end. This section here, this last page, where he wonders, is he the hater? Is he really acting in the name of love? It reminds me of the election here, 2016 presidential election here, where you've got all these Hillary supporters with their signs, love trumps hate. Love trumps hate, and of course, Trump was the hate. And, well, where is that now? Because their side did not win. Their side of love. Maybe it's because they didn't really have love. With all the riots and anger and frustrations. Lack of self-control. So someone's got scissors here. With the male symbol and the female symbol. There's also an M and a J. Yep. whoever J is was the female, and M was the male. I guess they got themselves some scissors made. Interesting idea. Here's the last painting that was being worked on. It's interesting here. It's white. These larval stage things, whatever this is. Looks like it's floating. It's being held down by the chains. Music box? That's enough, right? I don't think I can actually do anything with this. Other than open the drawers, see a bunch of beads and stuff. Maybe there's something behind me when I turn around. Boom! Nah, not this time. It's so soft I can't even hear it. Well, the pillow says CF. Who's sleeping here? Like, here's where you can see the scale is too small for the VR stereoscopic aspect of the VR, because this bed is way too small for someone to really sleep in that. Unless they're a kid, which, you know, they might be. So, what is white? Or whitish. I remember some saying almost white. Villine extrusion. So I guess that's what that thing is. Villine extrusion. So I'm going to end this part right here, and in the next part we'll go through on the other side, see what's over there. Hopefully find out if I can maybe unlock some type of shortcut. I see something over there. But we're not going to find out what that is until the next episode. So thank you for joining me here. My name's Eincrou. Goodbye.